everybody. So this is my 15th official day of being vegan. Now, official, I guess you'll kind of have to decide that because I did have some slip-ups, but after decidedly becoming vegan, it has been 15 days. So I just wanted to kind of share my very, very, very early in the process experiences. So if you've had these same experiences, or if you're going through this right now because you also are just now becoming vegan, or if you're thinking about becoming vegan, this is something that you might look forward to, I guess. But if you have any of those experiences, I would like to hear your comments down below. And I just want to kind of connect with some people because I don't have anybody to connect with here as far as being vegan. I do not live in a very vegan-friendly area. I live in the heart of America in cattle country, essentially. So, alright, so here is kind of my experience. I started on a Sunday. By the third day, Tuesday, I felt like crap. I went home from work early. I just felt like all I wanted to do was just lay in bed all day long and sleep because I just felt bleh. So at that point, about day 3 or day 4, I pretty much thought I was going to starve because I couldn't find anything in my house, especially, that was vegan, because it seems like everything sneaks in a little bit of milk or some sort of animal byproduct that you're like, that you don't notice. Before, I had no idea the things that contained milk solids or, like animal proteins like beef bouillon or, I don't know, just stuff like that. So when I started reading the ingredients of the stuff in my house, I was almost kind of shocked. I was like, why do they put this stuff in this food? So not only did I realize that a lot of the stuff that I may have assumed was vegan because it didn't look like it had any animal products in it, definitely was not. And another thing was that I was really noticing how much crap is put into especially processed food. So that was kind of an eye-opener all in itself, vegan stuff aside. So finally, I started watching some YouTube channels, some vegan YouTubers like So You're Dating a Vegan and Kalale and Lauren Toyota and lots of other people who, are awesome and encouraging and post really yummy food videos. And so it gave me a lot of ideas, and it made me see, like, hey, I can go to the store and I can buy all of this fresh, yummy, good stuff and put it together to make meals and not have to just eat straight up vegetables and fruit and rice all the time, which I think is kind of a misconception that a lot of people have about eating vegan, is that you just have to eat, raw fruits and vegetables all the time, which I know many, many people do. But that's also kind of I think maybe a turnoff to certain people who have this concept of veganism in their head that isn't entirely correct. So those people really gave me encouragement and gave me lots of ideas. So I was able to put together some recipes, go out and buy some healthy food, some snacks that I knew were vegan, and basically really plan ahead. This was kind of the point where I knew that vegan eating was, for the most part, entirely about thinking ahead to what you're going to eat later so that you don't have a slip up, or so you don't get stuck somewhere where you don't have any options. And sometimes that might mean taking a banana or taking, fruit or something with you. Yeah. So, speaking of slip-ups though, that definitely happened. let's see. Well, first of all, I think before I started checking the labels of stuff that I thought probably didn't have hidden milk or eggs or things, I did eat some things and I was like, whoops, that's not vegan. It has egg in it and I didn't even think about it. You know, you just eat it and you don't really think until later and you're like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be checking the labels of things. So, you know, that happened, and I'm sure that probably happens to everybody, and I'm sure it happens, you know, after you've been vegan for years, or else you're kind of misled into thinking something was vegan when actually it wasn't, and, you know, stuff like that. So that's, I guess, not really a big deal, but then there was also a couple of times that either I had stuff in my refrigerator that was going to go bad and I didn't want to waste it, like some cheese that I ended up putting with some pasta, and stuff like that. I mean, it's, you know, not beneficial to my veganism, obviously, to eat the cheese that's in my refrigerator, but, you know, I don't want to waste it. I didn't want it to go bad, and essentially it's not going to be saving any animal for me to let the cheese go bad or throw it in the trash. So I did finish that off, but then there was kind of a revelation and kind of an aha moment because, you know, I'm eating the cheese and I'm like, oh, cheese, you know, cheese is the enemy of this. Cheese and vegans, they're like, and that's, you know, they say that's the reason that vegetarians can never go vegan is because of the cheese. Well, that was kind of me. I'm just like, I can't do it. I have to be vegetarian. I can give up meat. I've been vegetarian on and off since I was in high school. I knew I could give up the meat. That is no problem whatsoever. But the cheese was killing me. So I thought I have got to do something to get this cheese craving out of my head just long enough that I can get it out of my system. Because I know that cheese has, you know, addictive qualities because of, you know, just the whole biological makeup of milk, being, you know, for a baby calf and to keep it with its mother, it has some kind of addictive qualities. So I knew that if I could just stop long enough to get that out of my system, that I would be okay. Or another tactic was to find out stuff about milk that made it unappetizing enough that I didn't want to eat it. So that brings me to Gary Yourofsky's most important speech you will ever hear, and I'll link that down below. Just a warning, there are some graphic kind of clips of videos in that speech. It's him giving a speech, I think, at a college or a university, but he warns you ahead of time. You can skip forward if you don't want to see that. But it's very, very eye-opening, not just about eating meat, and not necessarily entirely about animal welfare, although that is a lot of it. But he mentions stuff about animal products and eggs and milk that I don't think I can eat cheese ever again after listening to the facts that he was giving in that video. So if you're interested in that, if you really need a push to stop eating cheese, that might be something I think that will help you. So I'll link that down below if you're interested. So anyway, let's fast forward to just the last few days. So let's say days 11 through 15. I've noticed a spike in energy. Energy has never been something that I have a lot of. I'm always tired. I'm always dragging butt all around the place. I'm tired at work. I'm tired at home. And it's just like, you know, I'm 31 years old and I should not be as tired as I am. So that was a huge problem. I knew it was probably something to do with my diet. Ding ding, it is. So in the last 4 days or so, I have noticed a huge spike in energy. And instead of, you know, when I ate normally before, when I was eating meat and cheese and eggs and things, after dinner, I would immediately fall asleep on the couch. You know, after I ate, I was just sluggish and tired. And now I've noticed when I eat, I feel like all tingly and energized, and I feel really light, and I don't feel that heavy, sluggish feeling that I had before. And that's one of my favorite things, is not having to, kind of dread eating because I know that I'm going to be out. That doesn't happen anymore. And I actually kind of have the energy and have the urge to like do active things, which is not me. I am not a very active person, okay? And so another thing is that if you watched my first video on the channel, you'll know that one of the reasons that I have decided to become vegan, among others, is that I'm not in super awesome health. I'm not unhealthy per se. I mean, I don't have a lot of health issues. I do have high blood pressure, but mainly I would like to lose weight. I'm probably 45, 50 pounds overweight. I'll just give you a little look right now if you can see in the camera. So you can see that I've got some belly right here, and I'm just not a tiny little person, okay? So, and also I don't lose weight easily, but I've lost in 15 days, of kind of inconsistent eating, I guess, I've lost 3 pounds. And I do not lose weight. And by that, I just kind of want to clarify. Over the last year, I very faithfully keep a record of my weight because I'm always trying to lose weight somehow, and it never really works. But over the last year, between October of 2014 and November of 2015, I was within a 4-pound range the entire time. I never went below, I never went above. And so I do not lose weight. So for me to have lost 3 pounds in the last 2 weeks is kind of a big deal. 3 pounds in 2 weeks, that's almost breaking outside of my 4-pound range. Now, I can't get too excited until I actually go beyond my, on the lower side of my 4-pound range to a number that I haven't seen for at least a year, and then I'll be like, yes, it's working. And I know it's going to work because you can't eat healthy and eat lots of fruits and vegetables and grains and seeds and not lose weight, because that's what your body wants and it's what it was meant to have. And I know that that's going to give my body what it needs, and it's going to release all the extra stuff that I don't need. And besides that, it's really hard to overeat when you're only eating things like that. And I know that there's a lot of junk food that's vegan. I know that Oreos are vegan, but, there's still moderation. But it's just I can just feel it in my body that it's just such a healthy way to be. And I feel like my body is healing itself. I really do. And healing itself from what? I don't know, because I don't know exactly, what was going on. I'm sure everybody's walking around with something that's, undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, or you just don't feel great, or you don't even realize that you don't feel great. But that was definitely me, and now I feel like my body is like, yes, come on, and it's wanting more good stuff. So I have no intentions of going back to my eating habits before. It gets easier every single day. If you are also starting out and you're struggling, I promise you it gets easier every day. I can say that by day 15, okay? Day 15. And I can tell you it's already easier. It's so easy that I don't want to go back. So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your experiences. Comment down below. I've noticed some hidden perks, some things that maybe people don't realize about being vegan, that kind of come about and you notice afterwards that you didn't really expect or you didn't really think about before. And so I'm going to do a video coming up about hidden perks of being vegan that I've discovered only right away in my first 2 weeks of being vegan. So hit the subscribe button if you would like to follow me on my vegan journey, if you would like to see some videos of what I cook, what I eat, some different vegan products. I'm going to be trying all sorts of products, whatever I can get my hands on in this area, not a whole lot. things that maybe I order, because I will probably have to order in certain things that I can't make myself or that I can't find. If you have any products that you would like me to try or that you really recommend, comment down below and let me know. If you are also a vegan on YouTube, please link your channel down below, because I would love to follow you, kind of hook up in our veganism, in our vegan journey. It sounds kind of nasty. I'm being creepy. So anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!